Complete public exoneration way overdue. It's sad how we've plummeted into a judgmental tabloid-addicted society who formulates weak opinions based on media-fed hearsay and propaganda. One of the biggest victims of this media lynch mob was the late Michael Jackson. Regarding his child molestation allegations, after much scrutiny and examination of evidence, or lack thereof, it became clear that he most likely didn't do any of what he was accused of. Below are a few listed reasons in a nutshell why Michael Jackson deserved the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Reason 1. Innocent until proven guilty. The public isn't supposed to simply assume anything without proof. Many innocent people died because of that kind of public stupidity and belief in opinions instead of facts. Neither Michael Jackson or any of the children whose parents claimed they've been molested spoke for themselves, clearly stating that something happened. There was never substantial evidence of any wrongdoing against these children. Because of this undeniable fact, they had to eventually drop a criminal suit in both cases after so many exhausted resources, and Michael Jackson was acquitted of all charges in the second case. The time has come to stop being dumb and impressionable about these things. The courts found Janet Arvizo, the alleged victim's mother, to be untruthful, inconsistent, unable to prove her case, and has a lifelong rap sheet of other lies and schemes. Arvizo and her family also have a well-known history of trying to hustle celebrities for money, and Michael was warned by many to stay away from them. The first parent, Evan Chandler, was a greedy failed dentist who was deeply in debt and was incessantly asking Michael Jackson to finance his script writing endeavors and to buy the family a new home. Divorced and living separately, Chandler was never meticulously involved with his son's life until the boy and his mother befriended Michael Jackson. Chandler, intensely after money, eventually soured his relationship with Michael Jackson with his obvious and growing desire for financial assistance, and Michael Jackson refused to support him. Michael's relationship with Chandler's son became another opportunity. Chandler drugged his son and coerced him, and later claimed the drug he administered to his son, a drug very well known for its ability to guide thought, was for a tooth operation. It was always more Evan Chandler's and Janet Arvizo's case than their son's. Say what you will, the courts found Michael Jackson to be an innocent man. With no proof otherwise, it's time to let it go. Reason number 2. The accuser's unusual behavior. In just about all cases, parents of sexually abused children do not get silenced with money. They want justice. It's extremely coincidental that the last family tried to sue other businesses with false claims in the past, and how even Chandler was okay to accept money to shut up and go away. Dad of the Year, Evan Chandler, took the money, dropped the case entirely and laid low. The Evan Chandler who was never available for his son until Michael Jackson came into the picture. He was later arrested for hitting his son Jordan Chandler over the head with a dumbbell. And for people who don't seem to understand this, a settlement is not an admission of guilt. Unknown to most, Michael Jackson was also a brilliant businessman who bought the Beatles catalogue along with many other shrewd decisions. Corporations and business-minded people know well that it's much easier, quicker, and less expensive to settle out of court than to devote more money in legal fees, time away from career amidst bad press, and risk of conviction in court. To the smart and logistical, it's more of an admission of fraud for any parent to accept money to refrain from seeking justice for their molested child. Another very overlooked factoid that is a slam dunk manifestation of guilt is this. Both Arvizo and Chandler never even went to the police. Instead, they both contacted lawyers. Which parent of a sexually abused child doesn't contact the authorities and instead goes looking for lawyers? They never called the police because bringing Michael to justice was never their goal, nor did they want spotlight on themselves. It was to win his money. Reason number 3. Brass came up short. Michael Jackson had his home raided, and all of his computers, home videos, phones, and pictures were seized and searched, and they found absolutely nothing. If they found so much as a questionable snapshot, text message, email, or whatever, it would have been front page headlines. Like I said, they had nothing. Reason number 4, the families are shady. There have been other parents claiming their child was molested by Michael Jackson, maids and security with other damning stories, but they were all found out to be bogus. If you worked in Michael Jackson's house or had a child stay over, it became a gold rush when the media came down on Michael Jackson publicizing allegations. They all conjured up fictitious tales because of the possibility of winning money directly from Michael Jackson or in court. And because media publications were offering lots of money for stories, media publications even took stories and offered, just a second, and offered, I can't find where I was, offering lots of money for stories. Media publications even took stories and offered money to fired, disgruntled employees. As for Evan Chandler and the other accusers, there is always financial turmoil with these families, or evidence of shady and in some cases criminal behavior. According to their personal histories, money was always their main objective. Reason number 5, Michael just doesn't fit PED profile. Michael was seen by psychologists and they confirmed he does not fit the characteristics of a paedophile. He's been described as more of a regressed 10-year-old. Michael Jackson was comfortable with himself and made no secret of his affinity for children and desire to hang around with them, even in front of his adult friends or with the parents of the children. Also, we grew up with Michael Jackson, and there was never any horrible allegations like this. Paedophiles don't suddenly spring into action in their late 40s. Reason number 6, all other kids say not possible. Emmanuel Lewis, Macaulay Culkin, Donald Trump's children, and many other children had similar relationships with Michael Jackson, and they all say nothing ever or would ever happen to them. The atmosphere was loving and the furthest thing from sexual or unsafe. They all confirmed that in their opinion, Michael Jackson wouldn't hurt a fly. Reason number 7, the accusers vanish without public defense. After failing to prove their case with skepticism building towards the family in the first case, the accusing families avoid the public eye and say nothing. Your child was sexually abused by the biggest star on the planet. You lose the case and you say nothing. They lost and publicly appear to be gold-digging liars, and there isn't any public defense, no book, no TV time. No close friend, relative, or concerned grandparent has anything to say. Nothing. The true crime is right because our faces, innocence is always an open book. In this TMZ age, where everyone clamours for their 15 minutes and $1, I simply don't believe them, and shame keeps them in the shadows. Reason number 8, it doesn't feel true for any who know him. From Donald Trump to Elizabeth Taylor to Jermaine and the rest of his family, they steadfastly just don't believe he did this, and will hear nothing else about it. Macaulay, Whoopi Goldberg, Mike Brando, Donald Trump, and many others who knew him went to great lengths and made many passionate public statements to further vindicate him. There are lots of people who knew him and spent a lot of time with him, famous and not famous, who've always dejected the allegations. Reason number 9, Evan Chandler's greedy ambition. There's enough evidence between Evan Chandler and his greedy lawyer, Barry Rothman, who knew how to doctor child molestation cases, to know that more likely than not this was a well-designed extortion. Way before the allegations, Evan Chandler was behaving strangely and repeatedly suggested Jackson build an extension to their house so he could stay. When Chandler learned he wouldn't be allowed to add any extensions on his home, he began asking Michael Jackson to buy them a new home. After he became more obvious in his hunger for money, he slowly became more alienated from Michael as Michael Jackson grew closer with his ex-wife and children. Michael Jackson, the ex-wife and the children grew closer and went on trips together without him. Chandler began to complain about being cut off. In his growing jealousy and greed, he went for the kill. There is also very interesting taped conversations that incriminate him. Reason number 10, the phone call. Everything is going according to a plan that isn't just mine, and if I go through with this, I win big time. There's no way I lose. I've checked that inside and out. Evan Chandler. If that tape-recorded message sounds like it wasn't an extortion plot, and it genuinely sounds like a concerned dad whose son was molested, you are a fool. Even Chandler lived out the rest of his days miserably, in seclusion and estranged from his family, including his son Jordan Chandler, who used for the case. In November of 2009, Evan Chandler eventually took his own life. Case closed.